What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gooner channel, a channel 100% dedicated to the Arsenal, who, as we all know, are by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Top of the league, 6 points clear of Manchester City, who play tonight against Aston Villa. There is nothing quite like a day after a result like yesterday. Now, I know it's Luton and everyone thought we'd beat them, and we did. And, well, we made very hard work of it, and it's just typical, isn't it? I've done a video saying I thought we were going to win the league because of our defensive resoluteness. I did another video saying that I think that Arteta made the right call in bringing Raya in, because having 2 first-class keepers has got to be better than having 1 first-class keeper. I know there are a lot of people out there who don't think there's much in it between Raya and Ramsdale. I think on performances this season, last night apart, Raya has looked decent. But that's the first thing I want to talk about, really. With the trip to Aston Villa this Saturday at 5:30, would you put Ramsdale in goal now, or would you put Raya in goal? And, I mean, I've been saying pretty much since Raya came in, he does look a little bit better. His distribution is certainly better, and his statistics have been better. He's kept as many clean sheets as anyone in the league, and he's played fewer games than most of those keepers he's up against. Ederson doesn't look in great form at the moment. No one's talking about him being dropped. But I do want to say, I can't think of a worse performance by an Arsenal goalkeeper since Runarsson. And I think, just like in any other position, if you play as badly as that, you do have to expect you're going to get dropped. Now, I know Raya is pushing really hard to be Spain's number 1, but there is a point where you think, actually, you're doing yourself more harm than good. If he comes in against Villa and flaps at the ball like he did, and they are going to challenge him with crosses, everyone is going to. I think when it comes down to it, Ramsdale, well, he didn't do anything necessarily wrong to get dropped in the first place, but had he performed like Raya did against Luton, you'd expect him to get dropped. And that's okay. We have got 2 very good keepers. There may not be much in it, but it's good to have 2 to choose from. If one of them does dip in form or get injured, you know you've got someone to bring in. This Saturday, my feeling is that Ramsdale should be coming in. And apart from anything else, we've also got the game against PSV. Now, it's a dead rubber. It doesn't matter. And I would have to say that if it mattered, if it really mattered, I might have been swinging towards David Raya. But since there are very few players who can claim to have done as much to get us to the Champions League as Ramsdale last season, and he was outstanding, some of his saves were miraculous. I'm always thinking of the save he made against Salah at Liverpool. Surely he deserves a game in the Champions League anyway, which kind of means that if you're playing him for Villa and for the game against PSV, then he's got a chance to stake a claim. In the past, with the game against Brentford, where it kind of felt like he knew he was going to be playing however well he played, and the terrible League Cup performance against West Ham, it's all this feeling that, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, you're under too much pressure to really shine. For me, it makes a lot of sense to bring Ramsdale in. Just hope he doesn't have an absolute stinker. But there's other things I want to talk about as well, because it was an absolute buzz and everybody's saying that we over-celebrated again. Look, there are a couple of things at the moment that I still get triggered by. The chief one, and there was one in the comments, was I did a poll saying, who do you think is going to win the league? And someone said Arsenal are going to bottle it. And it really irritates me and I can't help myself. Let me know how you feel about it. Do you think of us last season as bottlers, or do you think that we just ran into a Man City side who won the treble, ruled Europe, were absolutely and probably still are the best team in Europe? And so coming second to them has got to be better than everyone else did. I don't think of us as bottlers, but I do think that it's seasons like last season where you come so close. I don't think there's any question that our young team last season lacked the nerve to get us over the line. And I'm particularly remembering that game against Brighton where, having watched Man City win yet again, we just didn't seem to have enough about us to get it across the line. But there are differences this season, and one of those is Declan Rice. I didn't think he played particularly well yesterday, right up until that 97th minute header. Kai Havertz, that's another one that people are going to have to stop talking about now. 5 goals in his last 6 games, if you include his left-back start for Germany. Is he still a waste of money? Well, if he's a waste of money, then Richarlison, Mason Mount, Onana, there are definitely characters out there that everyone should be focusing I know Arsenal fans were divided about Kai Havertz coming in. I was, but he's one of ours now, and he's definitely proving to be worth the money we paid him in terms of goals that he contributes. Having he not equalised yesterday, then Rice couldn't have scored the winner, and it was one of those kind of run into the box. I think if it's difficult for us as non-professional footballers or not experts, and I'm definitely not that, if we're looking at Kai Havertz and not figuring out what he does, if his only superpower is to be able to come into space and exploit space and score goals, then that's got to be enough, isn't it? But in terms of other things, over-celebrating, have you ever heard of a team being criticised for over-celebrating? I mean, what kind of a joyless individual have you got to be upset when other people are really happy? Well, probably a Man United fan, probably a Spurs fan, that kind of thing. I don't give a monkey's what people think of us over-celebrating. I over-celebrated, and I'm glad that we are able to appreciate what last-minute winners mean. There is no better feeling in football, is there, than to score a last-minute winner. And that's all that matters. Now, one of the side effects of our over-celebration was that Mikel Arteta now has received 3 yellow cards, will face a touchline ban against Aston Villa. It's going to be hard enough. Interesting, isn't it? Do you think we might play better without him barking orders at the players and just let them get on with it? Hopefully we won't see a huge drop-off. I'm really excited about seeing how City and Villa play tonight. It's a toss-up between watching Chelsea and Man United, which will be a thrilling game, or City and Villa, which may be less thrilling, but could have huge impact. And is there any chance that Sheffield United could do Liverpool? It's an exciting, I said this yesterday in a video, the Premier League this season is absolutely immense. I'm loving it. And hopefully at the very end of this fantastic season, if it carries on as it is, we will lift that trophy we've waited 2 decades to lift. And yes, I know it's a long time since Arsenal won a league, but I keep seeing these memes of, dinosaurs walking the earth. There are lots of teams out there that would give their right arm to have won one as recently as 20 years ago. It doesn't seem to matter what we do as Arsenal fans. We're going to take abuse. We over-celebrate, we under-celebrate, you name it. None of that matters. What really matters is we have a team that most fans would love to have. A team that fights to the end. We have a team to be proud of. A team that fights for the badge, plays to the whistle, and gives us moments of high drama. But to recap, I'll do another video about the lineups for Villa and all of the different... And based on tonight's performance, have a better idea of what to expect from them. Although I have been watching Villa, and particularly a game against Tottenham, which I really enjoyed. Don't know if I want them to win against City tonight, because they are a team that we should probably consider as more than just dark horses for the Premier League title. But in any case, let me know in the comments if you would be playing Ramsdale. Actually, I kind of know how this is going to go anyway. I've seen a recent poll I looked at, was 2,500 people voted, and it was like 75% in favour of Ramsdale over Raya. I think sometimes not playing does your reputation a lot of good, and look, Ramsdale hasn't been outstanding this season. Maybe he can come in against Villa. Maybe he won't be picked. I don't know. But look, if it was me, I'd be picking Ramsdale, at least for the Villa and the PSV game, because I think he at least deserves some Champions League football. Another great night of football lined up tonight. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching this video to here. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. It is the Christmas season. Come on, be charitable. And if you like this video, don't forget to click like. Till I see you again. Be lucky. Lots of love.